afternoon. My name is Alan Ashton. I'm from the PSI Paul Scherrer Institute, and I'd like to introduce a project on a reduction of high-volume experimental data using machine learning called RedML. The project partners are on the right, and below is the aerial photograph of the PSI. You have the Swiss light source, which is a synchrotron, SINQ, which is a neutron source, and in the woods on the left is the SwissFEL source. The aim of the project is to use the latest machine learning developments to address three main problems. We have an increased data volume due to the increased flux and improvements in the detectors. And on the right-hand side, you can see there a plot where it actually shows that we can have detectors which regularly collect 2.2 kilohertz of data, which is quite significant. There are limitations to the overall workflow and the success of a workflow, but at each stage there's also opportunities to do elements of data reduction on the fly, in memory or off tape. Long term, we also have a requirement to actually make as much of the data that we collect at these facilities openly accessible. We aim to collect around we predict to collect 7 petabytes of data this year, but that increases dramatically over coming years as more and more upgrades actually come to the actual facility. So what we will do is we will actually pick on some of the main use cases. We produce a lot of data, and we will actually do significant amounts of data preparation and classification. We will use then and look into the literature of what's already been done and actually apply new machine learning tools. We will optimize these tools for throughput to make sure there are no bottlenecks in speed and actually interference with the experiment. And finally, we'll actually show that this does not have a detrimental effect on the results of the experiment. In fact, we actually hope it will actually improve the results overall. The impact will be that it gives us an opportunity to realize in an economic way fair and open data principles for the data that's coming off. It would allow us to actually reduce the time from collecting the data to processing the data and eventually publication of the data. And this will then open up new opportunities for different experiments and our overall scientific results.